So is there a motion to re-refer the bill out of this committee to another committee? And we're talking specifically about the Hester bill, Senate Bill 394. It may well be a great bill. So is there a motion, sponsor? Okay, a second from Senator Washington. All in favor of sending this bill, the Hester bill, out of here to another committee? Okay, all in favor? All right, that passes unanimously. Okay, we're now going to go to the correct. And now we're going to go to the actual voting list again. As the committee with the golden rod, we have a responsibility to keep. And we're going to start with the withdrawal. So that I know, you know.
Move unfavorable.
Okay, so Senate Bill 37, I need a motion to support Senator Waldstreicher's request to withdraw his bill. Is there a motion to support the withdrawal?
Move unfavorable on the bill.
No, we're not doing that. We're going to do, no, we're going to just vote to withdraw. It will actually shows up on the report as a withdrawn bill. Senator Brooks? Yes?
It shows up as unfavorable.
Okay, well, what's the appropriate motion, Madam? Okay, then I take everything I just said, I strike. Madam Vice Chair, are you moving unfavorable?
Move unfavorable with love.
Okay, second. All in favor of the unfavorable / withdrawn bill, Senate Bill 37, raise your hand. All opposed? Okay, that bill is voted down / withdrawn. Let's go to Senate Bill 69. Stacy?
Senate Bill 69, Anne Arundel County Board of Community College Trustees, membership alterations and appointment requirements. This bill adds 2 new members to the Board of Community College Trustees for Anne Arundel County. Additionally, the bill requires, to the extent practicable, the governor must take into consideration the geographic and ethnic representation of Anne Arundel County when appointing members to the board, so that all segments of the population of the county are represented on the board. Notwithstanding the date of appointment of the initial additional members, the terms of the initial additional members must begin on July 1, 2024. There are no amendments, there is no opposition, and we have a local letter.
Okay, it's a local bill with a letter from the delegation. Senator Kagan moves favorable. Is there a second? Second for Senator Augustine. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor of this local bill that's favorable by the delegation, raise your hand. All opposed, the motion carries. So Senate Bill 69 passes. Next up, Senate Bill 88. Alexis?
Senate Bill 88, Maryland Commission on Veterans and Military Families. This bill establishes the Maryland Commission on Veterans and Military Families, staffed by the Department of Veterans Affairs, for the purpose of studying and making recommendations for developing a statewide plan to make the state the best state for veterans and military families. The commission expires on June 30th, 2025. There's one amendment, just a co-sponsor amendment for your consideration, and that is sponsored by Senator Hester.
Yes.
I also wanted to be added as a sponsor.
Okay, who wants to be added to the bill? Okay, I think everybody.
All right, keep them up for me,
Okay.
please.
Everyone. It's in everyone.
Okay,
Okay.
everyone.
Perfect.
So, okay. All in favor of that sponsor amendment
Yeah.
that, okay, all opposed? Okay, that carries. Everybody on the committee is now on the bill. As amended. Yeah, the bill as amended, move favorable. Do one of our veterans want to second that? Okay, okay, there'll be a joint second by Brooks and Watson. All in favor of Senate Bill 88 as amended, raise your hand. All opposed, that bill carries unanimously. Next up, Senator Gallion, Senate Bill 170. Stacy?
Senate Bill 170, County Boards of Education, Hearing Notices and Bid Advertisements, Electronic Posting. This bill authorizes county boards of education to electronically post hearing information pertaining to the selection of a school site on the local school system website. In addition, the bill repeals a physical posting requirement and specifies county boards of education can post notice on a local school system websites to fulfill the notice requirements for bids on school buildings, improvements, supplies, or equipment valued at more than $25,000. The bill also updates public notification requirements by specifying eMaryland Marketplace instead of the Maryland Contract Weekly as an authorized publication. In your packet, there are two additional amendments, both from Senator Gallion. Number one is on page 2 of your packet. And this amendment would increase the threshold amount of costs of the school building improvements, supplies, and equipment that require county boards of education to advertise for the bids from $25,000 to $100,000 to align with current law in the state finance and procurement article. You'll see a reprint of the bill with that amendment starting on page 4 of your packet. Amendment number 2, which is on page 3 of your packet, requires county boards of education, versus authorizes them to post the notice of a hearing regarding preliminary approval of a school site on the local school system website, in addition to publishing notice in a local newspaper. So essentially what that does is, instead of putting it in the newspaper, you can post it on the local school system website. You have to do both.
Before we do any motion, any discussion, questions? Senator Gallion, if you want to add anything, and then we can open up for conversation.
So I think the first amendment we had talked about when we brought the bill forward, and then with the second one, I think that removes any opposition that was on it. So, and we've been working this across with Delegate Pavlik Carr, so
Right.
we're all good.
Blockovich Carr. Okay. Any further discussion, questions? Senator Watson.
Local newspaper. So does the Washington Post, is that considered a local newspaper? And I'm being very specific because Prince George's does not have a newspaper that goes across the whole county.
Any thoughts on that question?
So the current requirement in law is that in a newspaper of general circulation in the county. So for example, if Washington Post is the newspaper in the county, they would have a section in their newspaper that allowed for the posting of bids. So yes, that would qualify.
Any additional questions? Okay, that said, Senator Gallion, do you want to move your amendments? Yeah. Okay. Any discussion on the amendments? Second from Senator Cruz. All in favor of the Gallion amendments, raise your hand. All opposed? Okay, those amendments carry. We now have the bill as amended in front of us. Is there a motion? Senator Gallion, second. Second, Senator Kagan. Okay, all in favor of the bill as amended, Senate Bill 170, raise your hand. All opposed? Bill carries unanimously. Next, we'll move to Senate Bill 248. Stacy.
Senate Bill 248, Libraries, Regional Resource Centers Governing Board Membership. This departmental bill increases the maximum authorized number of public members from 1 to 2 on the governing board of each regional library resource center. And these are located in the Eastern Shore, Southern Maryland, and Western Maryland. There are no amendments and there was no opposition at the hearing.
Okay, anybody want to? Senator Carozza.
Just wanted to thank our council for including the Eastern Shore in her presentation.
Very good. Good job, council. Any additional? We got a favorable from Senator Augustine. Is there a second? Second from Senator Watson. Okay, no amendments. All in favor, raise your hand. Senate Bill 248. All opposed? That bill carries unanimously. Senate Bill 248. Next up, Senate Bill 290. Dara?
Senate Bill 290, Certified Local Farm and Fish Program Annual Waiver Reports, alterations. This bill alters annual reporting deadlines related to waivers granted under the Certified Local Farm and Fish Program. The deadline for the Office for the Certified Local Farm and Fish Program to submit to the Board of Public Works a report of waivers requested and waivers granted under the program is moved from July 31st to December 31st. The deadline for the board to submit a record of waivers requested under the program to committees of the General Assembly is moved from October 1st to February 1st. There are no amendments and there is no opposition.
Any questions?
It's very controversial bill.
Okay, we have a favorable from Senator Kagan. Is there a second? Second from Senator Augustine. Okay, whoa. Does that mean we?
Subtle hint, go home.
Okay, does that mean we have to like, okay, we're good. Get back in your seat. Okay, all in favor of the motion favorable on Senate Bill 90, raise your hand. All opposed, that bill carries unanimously. And the final bill for the week and for the day, Senate Bill 302. Dara?
Senate Bill 302, Commercial Northern Snakehead License Gear. This bill removes certain buffer zones within which a commercial northern Snakehead licensee may not fish with a bow and arrow. These buffer zones are within 100 yards of the following: another person or vessel, a public or private swimming pool, a diver down flag, or an occupied offshore stationary blind. The bill instead requires a licensee who fishes for northern snakehead under the license to comply with Department of Natural Resources regulations governing the use of gear. There are no amendments and there was no opposition.
Any questions for council? Senator Washington? Move favorable. Is there a second? Okay, Senator Gallion. No further discussion. And by the way, before I take the vote, we still have the other snakehead bill where we, as a committee, are responsible for finding a good new name. So we're taking nominations. You can think about it over the weekend, come back with, because we're going to come up with a good marketable name for the snakeheads. Okay, with that, Senate Bill 302, all in favor, raise your hand. All opposed, that bill carries unanimously. And that concludes our work for today. And we really gave the people of the state of Maryland their money's worth. And yeah, we already did that. We already we voted to re-refer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you missed that one. Yep, that's
Right.
okay. That bill is out of here, the Hester bill. Okay, guys, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy.